let me show you some of what we have. So the first few plays are from our short yardage package, and that's called hammer. We call it hammer. It's a single wingish type formation. And essentially, we put our best guys on one side, and we're going to run behind them. And if you don't match strength, we should be in a good position to have success. If you overload a side, then we'll go to the other side. So this is state championship in 22, I believe. All right, so we're going to line up. And so we put our best lineman right here. This is the tight end position. We put our best guy there, what we think is our second best down blocker, and a third down the line. All right, so essentially what's going to happen here is these guys are all going to protect their gap and block down. So everybody's blocking down. We tell the backside to block down towards the center. The first guy outside, the outside guy in the second line, he is going to block the first guy outside of our tackle. So wherever that guy is, he's going to block him out. The other two guys, they're just going to lead up through the hole and use their vision, be athletes, and be physical and block the guys that are in the hole. And then we give the running back some freedom to, he's back there because he's a dude, and use their vision and find the hole. But it stresses the defense because you're overloading one side, and we don't do this. We do this a lot. We use this for short yardage. We use this for 2-point conversions, what I'm showing you. But it's different, and teams have to take practice time during the week when they prepare against us to be able to handle it. This team did slide over, they shifted over, they saw it. All right. Again, our guy blocks down, our tackle, outside tackle, he blocks down. The wing back, he's going to block the first man out, and then we're leading up through with the two guys. Sometimes the back will see this, and he'll just break it out if everybody commits inside. All right, otherwise, he's going to attack right up the middle. Another example, block down, run up through. If they do overload to one side, we don't have the best end zone on this one, but they shifted over. So they have a hole right here you don't quite see, but they shifted their gut lineman down. Then we can counter off of it. So then we'll just snap it. Everybody, the linemen all have the same blocking responsibilities. They're all blocking down. Just our second row changes. Our first guy's going to kick out. Our next two guys are going to pull and wrap. And then sometimes we'll have the wildcat back here. He'll hand it off to one of these guys, and sometimes he'll keep it. This year, we had him keep it. I will say this year we're in a kind of unique situation. We had a designated tailback who was tailback and didn't play defense. So this was kind of nice. Normally what we have is we have a rotation of running backs that will come in and they'll play a series of offense and then have a series of defense, and then we rotate around. But this year is a little bit different, where our running back was our running back and primarily, and he didn't play any defense. So it was nice. We put in a different guy as our hammer back, our wildcat back. It just allowed him to get a little bit of a rest, and it allowed to bring somebody fresh in a little bit different running style in this package. Again, the linemen are doing the exact same thing. We're just pulling the second row. All right, a lot of these guys are wingback type guys or running back type guys or guards. So they're used to kicking out and wrapping. So it's not a lot of extra teaching at all for those guys. So that's our hammer package. It's been really successful for us. This is kind of a trick play we put off of it in 2021. We got this from Twitter, and then we just It's kind of a weird thing. We got it from Twitter, and then we modified it and put it into our offense for us. The weird thing about this, we practice this all week. This is just something for the kids to have fun with. Um, I think we're up by a couple of touchdowns at this point, and we practice this all week. What's going to happen is we're going to hand it off to the second guy in the line. He's going to turn around and just flip it over his head, and this guy's going to come up and catch it. We've practiced it all week. We probably practiced it more than any other trick play that we run. I don't know if it worked all week, um, but we're able to be successful in the game. And I really kind of see like our kids are super pumped up. We did a lot of great things this season, but our kids are more pumped up out of this conversion than a lot of the great things we did during the season. So just it's fun to give your kids something that they get excited about and that they can have some fun with. Um, and maybe part of it was because it looked terrible all week, so they didn't expect it to work. I don't know if I expected it to work, but it worked for our game here. So we're just going to catch it. We're going to turn and hand it off to the second guy. He's going to turn around and just throw it up. So we would never do this in a non 2 point play, right? Because we're not going to throw an interception on that. But you can do that here. So that kind of wraps up the hammer part of it. We're going to go to, we call a scheme a GTO scheme. It's guard tackle outside. Essentially what's going to happen here, we're going to down block the front side. So it's just a counter scheme. We're going to down block, down block, down block. These two guys are going to down block. All right, we're going to get our guard outside, our tackle outside. All right, and then our backside wide receiver, he's going to help seal the hole right here. And then we are going to flip it to this receiver. He's going to run outside. A lot of lines going there, but you're going to see here. We had some pretty agile linemen that could move pretty well, receiver that's pretty fast. This play was pretty effective for us. We normally put the back. We kind of outthought ourselves on this one. We normally put the back away from the play and just have him fake a pitch right here, and go here. We were trying to set this guy away. He was a pretty good player. Obviously, he's right where he's in the middle of the play, so it didn't quite work the way we had expected. But he's able to get around the block, but we were able to get kind of two people on him, able to make a play. Same play. We're all blocking down. I think this game we made an adjustment. This outside linebacker is pretty good, so we kind of doubled him right here. All right. Otherwise, everybody else is doing the same thing. We're faking the pitch. All right. Then we're just tossing it in front, catching it, getting to the edge. And the tackle and the guard are going to clean up anybody out there. The guard's going to pull up, look inside first, and the tackle's going to go outside of him. End zone. So we double team the outside linebacker. That kind of keeps the corner in a little bit. And then we're able to get the edge. The state, this is it kind of makes it fun for the kids because they could see like the Kansas City Chiefs do something like this, right? It's not this, but something like this where they're faking it, pitching it into underneath. So it makes it fun for the kids as well. Great block by our backside. Our tackle gets out there. All right, this is out of our wing T set. So we're actually wing left here, and we're all down blocking. Our wing back reaches that guy, and they were able to get out there. You get to the edge. This is from this season. Basically same thing. We don't run that motion very often. I guess I'm showing you all the clips that we run that, but we don't run it very often. And we do some other things off of it. But you can see the double team at the point of attack, kind of sealing the edge, pinning a guy in. We just got to make one guy miss, basically. We're able to get through. Again, the motion and The first fake just messed with the defensive eyes. Same thing. I think this is probably the first time we ran it in a game. Really good defense. This doesn't. I don't believe you're going to see. I don't think the camera moves in this one though. Fake it, flip it forward. We had tried to flip it. We had tried to kind of keep the ball in front and flip it while in front of that jet guy right here, but it wasn't timing out. So we flipped it afterwards, and that worked out for us. All right, so this is kind of our version this year. This is our first 2-point play. This is the GTO. This I was kind of joking about the last video. This is our belly sweep. So we're down 13-0. We just scored. We've been setting this up probably the first few drives that we had. We were running duo inside. We're attacking inside. Run a little bit of jet sweep, but we're basically running inside. We schemed this up. This is a really good player for them. This is a guy we thought that could give us some problems. So we're going to double team him. We're just going to come in. We're going to double team them. We knew they're going to be manned, or we expected them to be, I should say. This guy does a really good job reading, but we thought we get this tackle inside and then get the linebacker. He can't get there. The linebacker shoots outside. He sees it right away. But luckily, the corner here, he jumps inside, so we get a 2-for-1, and we're able to get out. But it's the same blocking scheme for our linemen. We just dressed it up a little bit different. Show it one more time. So we're faking it. Duo, hand it outside. The guard the pulling guard, the right guard is going to seal the defensive end. Our left tackle doesn't really able to get anybody. Because that corner went inside with our guy, we get 2-for-1. Our tackle's able to block, or our pulling tackle's able to block that linebacker who scrapes over top. Again, we kind of set this up first few drives. With that 2-point conversion.